I'm gonna show you around our camper van that we rented for VANLIFE Iceland. So come tour the van.
If you're new here, I'm Berenice, and 3 days ago, my boyfriend and I landed in Iceland, where we've been road tripping in our camper van, experiencing van life for the very first time. And for those few days, we've been cruising along Iceland's breathtaking south coast with a loose plan and a lot of curiosity. In this episode, I'm flying solo and slowing things down just enough for a full van tour. I'll show you our setup and share what it's really been like to sleep, drive, and cook in a tiny home on wheels. And whether we'd ever consider van life again in the future. After a few hours researching what would best suit our needs, we finally narrowed down our choice to rent Iceland's Renault Traffic 3. This was the smallest van that offered more than just a bed in the back. This would allow for a bit more storage space to ease our way into living in a camper van for the very first time.
It's not tiny. It's not. But it's not big.
It's not. We're gonna start with the cab. I know that because I've watched a few YouTube videos and know that this area is called the cab. One thing I thought that was weird about this van was that there was no cup holders. It took a few hours, but we realized that they're in the front of the cab, which is actually kind of genius. Here we have the cup holder for the driver's side, and the passenger side is over there. Here's a carbon monoxide detector. I keep either in the front or in the back. I bring this from home. Currently the battery's not in because I turned it off. Here, I typically would keep things that I'm charging because the cord reaches. So I brought this from home. I bought this on Amazon. It has 2 USB-C ports and 1 USB-A port, which is perfect. The USB-A ports charge faster. This van can seat and sleep 3 people. So this side actually has 2 seats. You can see the first seat belt here and the second seat belt here. The seat in the middle is a little small. There's also this little compartment here. I just keep things that I need. Eyebrow gel, a lip color, and Aquaphor. I would do an ad for Aquaphor. I love it so much. It's good for so many things. And then obviously we have a glove box. Right now there's nothing in there except the things that we need to prove that we are renting this car. This is usually kept in there too. We get this from the rental office. It's a guide for this van. And if we have any questions, everything is in here. All right, to the back. When we have trash to collect, we keep them in the door and then we empty it out every night. But nothing super messy that would be hard to clean, just like literally just wrappers. Also wanted to mention, I'm at a camping site. It's called Skjool. I actually stopped here to grab a tea because I was so tired, but I've heard that you can stop at a camping site and take a quick nap if you're really tired. You're allowed to rest without paying, I believe. But obviously if you need electricity or something like that, then you would have to pay. This is depending on the time. If you come at 7 p.m., you can't just come rest. You have to pay for the night. But these facilities are pretty nice. There's a coffee shop attached to it where they actually have, it's also a restaurant. It's a bistro and also offer tours, which is pretty cool because you're right in the Golden Circle, 3 minutes from the Great Geyser, which I'm going to next. Well, it's probably gonna be in the last vlog. We meant to grab newspapers to serve as like a rug. Obviously we eat here, we sleep here. It's our living room. So this has been really clutch for keeping it clean as much as possible. So wipe shoes on it or keep shoes like right in the door. I'm gonna remove it just so you can get a better sense of what this looks like. Right now it's a charging station. We also have a cooler and 3 compartments where we can store anything. The top, we store things that we need day to day, so mostly it's been things that's easy to grab. Eye mask, bonnet, earplugs, journal, book. So in the shower bag, this is what we have. These plastic bags are for wet clothes. When we went to Blue Lagoon and Sky Lagoon, they gave you something to dry your bags and then these bags to put them in. Kept these and used these as trash bags. We don't get a trash bag in the van, so we had to make our own. Whatever you call this, it's what I use to scrub my body. Toothpaste. This has my retainers, anything that I need like floss. Microfiber towel. This is a quick dry towel. It comes in this little patch. Deodorant, and then just my clothing for sleeping. And another Aquaphor. And then we have 2 drawers for snacks. As they've been emptying out, when we're connected to electricity, we would put it on the floor, put all the tech charging in there, and then it becomes our tech drawer. Those are all our snacks. I'm not gonna go through it because I already went through it in my grocery haul in the first vlog. What I will mention is a tip to bring protein bars and certain snacks with you that you can travel with, just so you have. So we have these Cliff Bars, peanut butter, honey. The peanut butter and honey have to go in your liquids bag. Since Kentucky doesn't really, you know, he's a man and doesn't have a lot of liquids, we put these in his bag. He left, right? So I just grabbed a few that I might need today. Greens powdered, you know, just to have something to keep healthy. Though I don't drink it every day. I do like every 2 or 3 days because it's a little expensive, you know? Everything else you've seen in the other vlog. And then we have this little fridge right here, which is actually a cooler. This locks it and that opens it. You can also take it out. That's what's left of the grocery haul. We might have to give these to someone, though I don't think we can do that because we drank straight from it. Here is where the magic happens. Right here, this is our Wi-Fi hotspot. The code is right here, and inside, you open the back, we have a scannable code that allows you to connect. For this to work, it has to be connected to this port, and this doesn't need to function with electricity, it can just work. Pop it back in. These 2 ports don't have to be connected to electricity to work, but this is our battery meter. Right now, it's using battery to charge this because I don't have the car running at the moment. But if the car's running, then it'll work on the car's built-in power. This is how we turn on the heat. Just press this till it's red. This works better on electricity. We've tried to use it on battery and it's terrible. Either it blows cold wind, or the first night there was a weird smell. That didn't happen yesterday, but yesterday it was just cold wind. But the air comes out of here. This is our extra heater. This works off of electricity. We would plug it in here. This is mine. It's a global adapter. It works across multiple territories, and obviously here they use the EU version to plug things in. I'm gonna unplug it now so I don't forget it, but the heater would be plugged into there. Also, we have outlets in the back as well. The outlets only work on electricity. We have electricity! Right here, it's just a dustpan. We use that to sweep. Every day as much as needed. And as you saw, the bed is in sleep mode. By now, if you've seen the other vlogs, you've seen us put it together and take it out. I will show you, but not right now because I'm about to take a nap. And we have a few more things in the back, which I'll show you in a moment. I just need to make a sandwich because I am hungry.
Do you know what we don't have in the van? Hand sanitizer. Make sure you bring hand sanitizer.
Also, the other interesting thing is 2 separate sleeping bags. I guess in Scandinavia, in Iceland, it's just a thing. Even if you stay at a hotel, you get 2 duvets, you get 2 camping bags. We actually have 3 because this is meant for 3 people. When we convert this into living room style, the sheets go in here. Moving on to the back. Not only do you get a really great view with these big windows, but back here we have a jug for extra water, a camping table, camping chairs, and some kitchen appliances. Pots, pans, cooking ladles, an extra gas can, cups. We didn't use anything out of here really except the little pot you saw us boiling water in. These doors also lock in place if you push them in all the way. They lock right here. And this is the electrical cord to plug into an outlet so you can get electricity in the van. And for electricity, you would run the cord from the van here into an outlet at a camping site. So for example, this one has one right here. When we're sleeping, we pull down the shades, which I'll do now since I'm gonna go take a nap. And we pull them up so we can see out the back when we're driving, because otherwise you don't see anything. These are kind of blackout, but I still use an eye mask. This was both our first times, and it's been going really well. Actually, let me give you some more tips. It's getting cold. The best thing about the van is constant Wi-Fi. As long as we're in the van or the van is on and we're near the van, we always have connection. At first, I thought the van would save money because it's a car that you sleep in, but I don't think it saved us any money. It saved us a lot of flexibility in a sense. We don't have to worry about like hotels, you know, because you have to check in and check out at a certain time. We don't have to keep packing and unpacking, we just have to clean up as if we just booked one hotel for the whole stay, which if you've watched any of my vlogs, that's not my style. We're gonna go to at least 3 or 4 different places that require us to move hotels. That's been the most beneficial part. There's also some cons that I'll share with you as well. The electricity thing is a bummer. It's so annoying because 2 out of 3 nights it didn't work properly. Hopefully tonight I'm not freezing. Campsites, we've been lucky with the campsites, but last night was the first time that we had issues and it was so expensive. So tonight we'll see what I do to sleep, but I'll also show you like the campsites we stayed at.
When we were first considering van life, I didn't realize that wild camping was now banned. So that led me to learning about campsites. Thankfully, there are over 200 campsites in Iceland, and even though they're so spread out, it still required a little bit more research than we did. The first mistake was assuming that campsites would be open 24/7. Even though we have 24-hour sunlight in the summer, it is 11:30 p.m. in Iceland. The workers maintain very normal work hours. So for the first campsite, when we arrived after midnight, they were closed, but thankfully we were still able to park and get a little bit of sleep. We planned to pay in the morning, but by the time we woke up and left, the staff still wasn't there, which is also one of the reasons why we ended up freezing that first night, because we didn't have access to electricity. The first campsite we did right. We arrived at a decent time, although we were cutting it pretty close. We arrived about an hour before they closed. We were able to take a shower, get a nice parking spot, and finally plug into electricity. So we actually slept really well. This site was very clean. I very much enjoyed staying there, and the location was perfect if you're continuing to move east. For our third campsite, they had a more modernized system where we could pay online, but we only wanted to stay for a couple of hours because we had to drive to the airport in the morning. One thing that I didn't mention is you don't pay per van, you pay per person. We ended up staying in the parking lot and had another really cold night. I believe that there are some free campsites in Iceland, but they would only be useful in the summer when it's a little bit warmer and if you have a heating system in your van where you don't need electricity. Unfortunately for us, our heating system did not really work well without the electricity, which was a bummer. There are a few websites you can use to locate campsites, even on Google Maps. There's also an Icelandic site called Tjalda that I will link in the description if you're interested in checking it out. It will not only show you a map of all the campsites, you can also filter by services. And it also includes the cost of these sites so that you have all the information before you even show up. So I hope you do better than we did, because those 2 nights, even though it was summer, were cold and I definitely got sick.
One good thing about showering is a lot of the tours that you do, you can shower there, which has been perfect for us. We've only showered at 1 camping site so far. I'll probably need to shower tonight wherever I stay. But, you know, if you do the hot springs at the end of your day, you just shower there and get ready for bed there. One way you can save money with a camper van is if you pick one that is manual. Driving a manual might save you a ton of money. Actually, the van that I wanted was manual and it had a shower and bathroom in the van, which might be more upkeep, but honestly, it was cheaper than this one. Just a tip, if you decide to stay here at this camping site, the showers and the bistro are open from 3 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. What I've realized is when the places don't have them as 24 hours is a way to keep them clean, because if there's no staff, then, you know, people can get messy. But if they lock them, then they only have them open when staff is around to clean it. Let's go to the geyser. First, my green juice. Glacier water. Is this gonna taste better because it's glacier water? Probably not. I will say this is an acquired taste. Sometimes I mix it with a red juice that I get from a different brand, or with my protein powder, or with a smoothie, and you can't really taste it. I've tasted other green juices that are disgusting. This one is bearable. It's still green juice, but it tastes better than a lot of other ones that I've tried. Bottoms up. It didn't finish mixing. I ate a chunk of powder. Alright, let's get out of here. Parking tip for the van. Most touristy areas will have parking. A lot of them are, you have to pay, but it's not really monitored. It's more like honor. You could get towed though. So don't just say, oh, they're not gonna check, I'm not gonna. They have cameras, they have towing signs sometimes, so just make sure you pay. Some places will always be free though. Just gotta make sure you read the signs. That's the warning for gas.
There are gas station deserts, just so you know. I haven't seen a gas station for the last hour since I left Geyser. So I stopped at the first one that I can find. This one is not the cheapest, but we need gas. So let's get gas. Diesel. You need a card with a PIN number. If you don't have a card with a PIN, they can do it for you inside. They'll just charge your credit card, whatever you need. Also, I wanted to mention, when you're driving, be careful of animals. There are sheep that cross the road, and I believe I just saw some geese. As long as you're driving the speed limit, you'll be fine. All right, that was 14 total. Let's see.
Head southwest.
And it's still not full. But it's okay because this place is a little expensive, so I'm gonna get more gas tomorrow. There, I think there are more roundabouts than stoplights.
GPS signal lost.
In Iceland. So if you're not comfortable with them, get comfortable with them. Okay, I'm convinced that all the stoplights are in Reykjavik because they're all here. In this area, at least, they were every 100 meters. It's almost midnight. The sun is bright. My eyelids are hurting. But guess what? I have this to myself.
In 600 meters, at the roundabout, take the second exit.
And that was a tour of the van. Let me know what you think. Would you consider doing van life in Iceland? Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if I missed anything. I'll see you on the next trip. I'll see you on the next vlog.